Okay, so once it got successfully installed, you can get it from your C drive. Okay, just go to your C drive and program files. So basically the path what you have provided in that particular installation, you have seen, right? In one of the screen you are asked to mention the path. By default it will store in C program file until unless you go there and change the path. Okay, so if you write it in C drive program files which comes by default, I'll show you how it displays there. Yeah, in this folder you have to go to the MySQL folder, and these are different softwares it got downloaded, MySQL server, connector and all. We are interested in Workbench. Basically this is an editor where we write our SQL queries to hit the database. Okay, so open the Workbench and you will see one .exe file. This is the one which you have to open. Okay, right click, double click on it, and which will eventually open up to this window. Okay, this will open the Workbench window, and this is the first look how it displays. Now we need to first connect to the server, so that then we will have access to the databases present in that MySQL server, right? That's the concept. It's like hierarchy. First server, in server there are databases, in database there are tables, in table there are records. We will extract those records with the help of our SQL queries. Okay, this is the hierarchy which it follows. Now first we need to connect to the server. So we have successfully configured our server in the installation part which we have done in our last lecture. Okay, you need not, or you might be wondered where did I use the server and how I configured it. So you need not worry about that. So if you just go on next by giving the proper details in the last lecture, it will eventually create a MySQL server for us. So what all you need to do now is to click on here, so that we are trying to connect to that SQL server. Just double click on it, which it will open a window with credentials to connect to that particular server. Okay, so user is root by default, and password what you have mentioned when you are installing this MySQL. Okay, I told you right in the last lecture to preserve and remember that, because whenever you try to open editor, it will ask you to connect to the server with credentials. So here I have given as root as my credentials, and once you click on OK, it will connect to the server and editor will launch. You can see that opening SQL editor. Yeah, this is the first look of editor which it looks like, and by default it will be launched to the page of the editor, blank editor SQL file, and these are the databases present in that particular server on the left side. So by default, for the first time you will see these three databases, Test, World and Sakila, not Demo and QADBT. These I have created at later point of time for our lectures. Okay, so these three are the databases which will come by default. Okay, these three databases are present in this MySQL server. Now, if I want to know what are the tables present in the database, you can just open it here and you will see something called tables, and you can just open that, and these three are the tables present in this world database. And if you want to know the columns present in that table, in this city table, just expand this and you will see the columns: ID, name, country code, district, population. These are the columns present in the city table, and city table is present in the world database. Got it? So you can see the left side, the complete navigation. And this is the editor where you actually start writing your query. You will write the query here and you will hit it to the SQL server. So based upon that you will see the output. Fine. So that's basic introduction about this editor. And now this is the place where you write actually your programming language in SQL to talk to your database and to get the values from the database. Right? So let's get started with our first lecture on the SQL query. Right? I guess you are pretty much confident about now the introduction of SQL, database, tables and different type of database management systems. And we have also seen how to download this MySQL installation package. where the server and the editor to write our script. Okay, so after successful connection to the server, we'll be launching to this workbench where we can actually write a queries to talk to our databases, right? So let's start with our first program of writing SQL query to talk to our database in the next lecture. Thank you and all the best. Let's start our course.